Hey guys, welcome to our channel. Today, we're going to show you how to create a stunning animated product promo using Canva. This is perfect for showcasing your products in a creative and engaging way. So for us to be able to get started, we need to head on to Canva first. So to go ahead and head onto the site, just search canva.com onto your local browser, since this is just a website, or you could also download the Canva app. Right after, once you're already in, we need to create a new video project. So you can do this by clicking on create a design here onto the upper part. So if you click onto that, there are a lot of suggested items in here. So we need to find a video in here. We should be able to get the resolution or the size that is needed for a video. So we're going to click onto that, and then right after it will open the editing page. Now, since we're in the editing page already, the first thing that we need to do to go ahead and create our animated product promo using Canva is to add a background. So for us to be able to do so, here onto the left side, there are a lot of things that you could choose to go ahead and design. We're going to go to the Elements tab, simply click onto that one, and here we're going to go ahead and type in gradient. So in the search bar, you should be able to find in different things in here, such as graphics, photos. You'll just have to choose onto which one you prefer. So onto this tutorial, we're going to head here onto photos and then choose in the gradient that we would like to use. So for example, I want to use this specific video background. We're going to go ahead and choose that by clicking onto that one. And then right after, you'll just have to right click onto this. And then there is an option to set the image as a background. So there you have it. You have added already the gradient or the background onto your design. Now we're going to choose another gradient background in here. So we're going to see all the recommendations in here that are almost the same as this one. So for example, we're going to go ahead and choose this one. So you'll just have to simply click onto that one to go ahead and add this. Then we're going to go ahead and move it here onto the bottom part of the screen. So we're just going to leave a small part visible onto that one, just like that. Now, right after, we're going to go ahead and bring in our product in here. So for this one, you could go ahead and add in the photos of your products. And to do so, you'll just have to click onto uploads in here and then go ahead and drag and drop the medias, the images, videos, or audios for the design of your product, or you could go ahead and click onto upload files in here. But for this one, we could use an image from Canva stock in here. And to do so, we're going to go ahead and head back here onto elements. And for example, we're trying to go ahead and sell off a shoe. So we're going to go ahead and try to search for shoes in here. So there are a lot of shoes that we're going to show in here. We're going to choose onto which one we want to go ahead and promote. So for example, we are trying to sell this specific shoe. So we're going to click onto that. And as you can see, it has been added already onto our page. Now we're going to move photo of our product here onto the left side of the page, just like on what we did onto the other design in here. Then right after, what we need to do is to right click onto the page and click onto duplicate page. Then onto this part, we're going to go ahead and try to adjust already the first design that we want to see onto our creative product promo. So we're going to click onto our product in here, have it here onto the middle part, and then we'll add the other gradient here as well. So we're going to go ahead and try to resize this one out. And then we'll also going to go ahead and try to rotate this using this button in here. So it should look something like this, and the design should look like this. Now we're going to go ahead and adjust the duration of each pages first. And to do so, we're just going to click onto each one. So this is the first page that we've created earlier. We're going to have this at around 3 seconds, and we'll do the same thing onto the other one. Then right after, we're going to go ahead and add in a transition for this. So we're going to click onto its middle part in here, and you could add a page here onto the middle, also add in a transition. So we're going to click onto add transition in here, and then here onto the left side, it should pop up all the transitions that are available for you to use. We're going to use match and move for that. So it should look something like this, and we're going to adjust the duration up until 1 second or more. So let's leave it as it is, and if you do a quick preview, this is how it should look. Now, right after, let's add in some elements onto our design in here. So for example, we're going to go ahead and add in here that this one is for sale. So just search sale in here, click onto all, and you should be able to find in different things that you could add. So for this one, we could choose graphics for this, since this one is the most applicable. So we could add in this specific tag in here, and then we're going to go ahead and resize this. And then we're going to go ahead and animate this one. So add in an animation for this. And then there are a lot of options to choose from in here. So we're going to go ahead and try to choose the rise for this one. And then right after, we're going to choose on enter for this. and then add in the direction just like that. So make this a little smaller and it should look something like this. Now we could adjust the timing for this one so that it should go ahead and pop up onto the time that we want to go ahead and have this one seen. So just right click onto this, click onto show timing, and then we're going to add the specific one right after onto the middle that this one is already positioned. So it should look something like this. And then we could also edit the duration for this one. Simply click onto the animate again, and then click onto the speed or hover onto the speed to make this one longer. Now adjust it again as per your liking. So let's just make this one bigger and let's move this one here onto its middle part, just like that. Now right after, we could also add in a text for this one. So for us to be able to go ahead and add in a text in here, what we need to do is head here onto the left side corner of the screen and you should be able to find in the text button. Click on the text. Then right after, we're going to go ahead and add in a text box, or you could choose onto the different styles also that has been offered in here. So this one are already pre-designed, so you could just choose onto which one you want to use. But if you want to go ahead and make it from scratch, just go ahead and choose the default text styles in here. So for example, we're going to add a heading in here and we're going to add in here, new arrival. So it should look something like this. And then for us to be able to go ahead and edit this here onto the upper part, there are a lot of options to choose from. So the first thing that we could do is to change in the font. So just choose in the font that you want to use in here. So there are also labels onto the popular fonts and many more. So we're just going to choose onto which one you prefer. For example, we're going to use this one, change the color. This is the text color for that. Let's use white, make it bigger. And then you could also try to use this one for the font size, or you could just simply go ahead and use this arrow so that it would be easier for you. Let's gonna position this one first here onto the bottom part. Let's make this one smaller and let's just change the color for this one so that it would match the photo. Now, if we're going to use this one, we're going to go ahead and try to move this one onto the back of the product that we have. So what we're going to do is just right click onto this, click onto the layer, and then send backward. So it should look something like this. So we're going to position this one as well over here. And then we could also add in an animation for this one so that there is an effect on how it should go ahead and show onto the screen. So for example, we're going to use drift for this. There is also an adjustment for intensity for this, adjust the direction, and it should look something like this. So we're going to match this one on when the sale is coming out. So if you do a quick preview, this is how it should look like. Now, right after this is we're going to go ahead and add in a new page for this one. So we're just going to go ahead and simply duplicate this one so that it still matches the vibe that we have. So we're just going to remove the elements first. So you could do simply by clicking onto delete onto your keyboard, or you could just simply go ahead and right click onto this, click onto delete. Now we're going to go ahead and completely change the background for this. We're just going to go ahead and rotate this, and we could just go ahead and replace this as a background. So as you can see, it should look something like this already. And then we're going to move this one here onto the left side. So it should look something like this. So onto this page, we could add in more description onto our product. So we could go ahead and add in some text in here. So we're going to use subheading for this, and we're going to paste in our text that we want to add. So as you can see, I've pasted a sample text in here. We're going to go ahead and resize this so that it should go ahead and fit here onto the side. So it should look something like this. And then we're going to go ahead and edit also the font for this and also the size. So we're going to use some specific font that we want to see in here. So for example, this one, Glacial Indifference. And then we're also going to change the text color for that so that it matches the vibe of our design. So it could look something like this. And then we could also change the alignment for that. We're going to make this one for center. And then it should look something like this. Now, right after, we could add in some animation also on how this one should be shown. So we're just going to go ahead and simply click onto this, click onto animate, and then we're going to go ahead and choose onto the different things in here. So for example, we want to go ahead and add in a typewriting style. So we're going to go ahead and move this here around 2/7 since we are still going to add in a transition in here. So we'll just simply click onto add transition, and we're going to use the same transition that we've used earlier, the match and move, and then we're going to adjust the duration up until 1 second or more. So it should look something like that. So as you can see, it should go ahead and look something like this. Now, since we have added this one already, we're going to go ahead and try to change the duration for this one to longer since it has a text and viewers might want to take a look onto this one more. So as you can see, it should look something like this. And then right after, we could go ahead and add in again another page for this one. So we're going to go ahead and simply duplicate this one. Since we want to have this one go back to its original form and it should be added here onto the bottom part, we're just going to go ahead and grab this and then add this after the one that it has the text. So we're going to go ahead and add in the same transition, the match and move. And then we're going to go ahead and also adjust the duration for that one. Then right after, we could go ahead and completely change all of the things that we have added in here. So we're going to simply remove again this one in here and also this one. And then we're going to go ahead and make this one bigger. Here onto the right side, we're going to go ahead and add that. And since our background earlier for the last page that we have is this specific gradient, then we're going to move this one here onto the other side so that it should match. And then we're going to rotate this one just like that as well. So it should look something like this. And then we could also add in some elements for this page like buy now. So instead of sale, let's search for buy now in here. So there are a lot of options to choose from. We have order now, buy now. So we're just going to choose onto which one is great for our design. So for example, this, let's try this one out. And as you can see, we could resize this, make this bigger as per our liking. Now, since this one is not really that visible, we could change the color for this specific element onto the different colors that are available in here. So just like that. So we could change it just like that. And then right after, we could go ahead and show the timing for this. So it is shown already. Just try to move it around here. And then we're going to go ahead and try to add in an animation as well. So there are a lot of options to choose from. So for this one, we could add in this one, the pop. So we could add in the speed. And then right after, it should look something like this. So we're going to go ahead and add in an animation for this specific background in here. So we're going to add in the animate in here. And then we're going to go ahead and use the rotate for this one. So as you can see, since it is from here, and then it will go ahead and rotate to look something like that. So let's do a quick preview. That is how it should look like. Right after, we're going to add in another page again. So you could simply click onto add page in here so that you could go ahead and create another page, but we're just going to duplicate again. Or we could duplicate the first design that we have in here. And then again, we're just going to go ahead and move this onto the last part, just like that. As you can see, it has been back onto the design that we have. It also copied the same transition that we've used earlier. So for the last one, we're going to adjust also the elements for this. We're just going to leave the design as it is. Now onto this part, you could go ahead and choose in different designs also for the product that you have in here. So you could replace a specific item in here, and then we'll add in more text in here for the ending for our promotional video. So we could add in more tags in here just like this. So we could use shop now. Just like this one. Have it here onto the bottom part. Change the color also for this. We could use white. Have it here onto the upper part. And then you could also search for other elements that are relevant onto your promo design. So for this one, so we're going to search for shoes again. We are going to find in something that is similar to this one. So you'll just have to go ahead and right click onto this and click on to see more like this. As you can see, there would be a lot of pairs that would be available for you to add in onto your design. So for example, we're going to add this one. We could make this one bigger and add this onto the back. So we're going to send this one backward. And it should look something like this. Now, since we've added a lot of things in here already, you could go ahead and also show the timing for this. And then you could adjust this as per your liking. And then also add in an animation for this one on how it should look like when it is added. So you could choose onto the different things that are available in here. For this one, we'll choose breathe. And you could also add in some exaggeration for this one, this scrapbook, just like that, on enter. And then right after, it should look something like that. Just go ahead and click onto this one. Let's adjust first the duration on each of the design in here. And let's make this one lower. And to view it to full screen, you should go ahead and click onto this one, the preview icon, or use the shortcut keys Ctrl-Alt-P. So this is how it should look like. And then if you're already satisfied with your design, you could go ahead and click onto the share icon in here to go ahead and download this. So there is a download option, click onto download, and there are different file types to choose from. So just choose MP4 video if you want to go ahead and download this as to a video format. And also you could choose the quality for that. Go ahead and download this. And that is just basically it, how you make a creative product promo in Canva. If you think this has been helpful to you, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and we'll see you on to our next video.